Good evening, everyone. If I could have your attention and if you could move a little closer so that you can see our ceremony and participate, that would be great. Thank you so much for coming out here tonight. I'm Kathy Bradford and the president of the newly formed Westfield Pride, Inc., the newest nonprofit in Westfield. We're very excited. We welcome you to today's event, the raising of Westfield's Pride flag and the continuation of a month-long list of incredible activities. Before we go on to our next, I'm going to introduce our mayor. So he's going to welcome some folks and talk to all of you, and I'll be back.
There you go. I'm a little taller than you, not much. Hello, how is everybody tonight? It's really good to be here. Thank you for having me. Couple things we'd like to make sure that we do. How many elected officials are here? They're all over the place, so I'd like to recognize you. I know that I have Senator John Veal is sitting immediately behind me. I know that I have Cindy Harris, Counselor at Large. I know that I have Kathy Hillman, School Committee. I know that Karen Fanning is somewhere floating around in the wings.
She's right behind you.
I see Kristen Mello is here. Did I lose anybody? All right, I hope I got everybody. Good evening, and thank you, Kathy. It's a pleasure to be here representing our magnificent city. To all of our distinguished guests and elected officials, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here as advocates. I would also like to specifically thank the Pride Committee for their work with me over the past year and their understanding of the subtle nuances of our relationship. And I say that with a bright grin. Change is neither quick nor easy, but when people are willing to work together and have a steady commitment towards a common goal, it can be achieved. The Pride Committee has been a terrific partner, and I applaud them for that. Thank you very, very much for all that you do. Your quiet confidence that we would get it done together helped me focus on what I believe to be in the best interest of all our citizens. Our common goal is to make our city welcoming and safe for all of our residents, businesses, and visitors alike. Today's flag raising ceremony is a testament to that goal and your faith that we would get it right. In Westfield, we should all feel safe. No one should feel shame, hurt, or suffer discrimination for being who they truly are. Each one of us has the God-given right to be ourselves. If raising of this flag brings us closer to that sentiment, then let it fly proudly as a symbol of love for one another and as a comfort to those who might feel trapped or marginalized for simply being who they are. Thank you to all of you for your support as we make this journey together to make our citizens more welcoming and safe for all. Together, we are always better. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Mayor. It also gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our very special guest, Justice John Graney, for those of you who do not know. The original author of the now 20-year-old equality, what is it called?
Marriage equality.
Yes, tell me again. Marriage equality law. And so we're very excited that he comes to us. He is a recipient of our Advocate Award, and he means the world to us. So he's going to be here to help do the flag today. Let me start, and then I will turn it over to our illustrious senator. I do want to say that State Representative Kelly Pease was here. Family first. He went to the intermediate school to see his son perform. So we are happy that he was here to say hi. This ceremony is short in nature, but it's powerful in that we are all gathered here to celebrate this month of pride, celebration, education, and love. A month that remembers those who have gone before us in the fight for recognition and inclusion in the tapestry of not only this community, but the worldwide community of LGBTQIA people and our allies. We also acknowledge those we have lost in this fight, because they tried to live their most authentic lives while facing discrimination and even physical violence. Please take a moment of silence to remember them. Thank you. As a member of this city's community for the past 43 years, where I have worked, raised my family, served on program committees and boards, and supported the incredible tapestry that Westfield is, I am proud to stand here today with this ceremony supported by our mayor, a resolution supported by our city council, flags and banners flying, and more activities planned than we ever thought possible. This incredible group, our committee, and now our organization, is from across the city, across organizations, companies, ages, religions, and so much more. Please wave your hand if you're a member of the 2024 Westfield Pride organization or committee. So volunteers, you too, thank you. This is because of them that we are here, so thank you so much. Thank you for all you've done to make this month a powerful reminder of who we are. Now, bringing greetings from the Massachusetts Senate and a constant supporter of so many aspects of our community, Senator John Velas.
Yay! Hello, everybody. Great to be here again for another just unbelievable, beautiful event. I love this event so very much. To the committee, all the folks that make this in and out every single year happen, and all the other events, you know, you do a special job, right? It's always, and you always let me know when events are happening, and it's just really, really cool that we've got so many people. I mean, if you've been in this business long enough, you know that no organization works without the people that are the members, the volunteers, and putting on the events. So again, just a big kudos to everybody involved. I'm going to say this every single year that I'm up here, and I'm looking at my friend right here. The pride that I had when I was in law school, when I would read opinions, and then I would get to the point in the opinion at the beginning and the end, when I would see who the author of that opinion was, and seeing the words Graney attached to it. And again, that source of pride with knowing that this man was from not only a district, well, I shouldn't even say a district, right? I wasn't even the thought of running for office at that point in time, but from the same community that I was from. And then when the Goodrich opinion came out that we're all talking about and celebrating, knowing that Justice Graney had such a prominent role in that was, I mean, not a surprise, but I have to tell you, innovative, novel, just leading from the front. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful opinion. And at the most fundamental level, recognizing that all human beings are created equal. And I just think it was so fascinating. And we are so proud that he is one of our own. Please another round of applause for Jeff.
Whoa!
And then at some point in time, I'm going to get into all of the opinions that Justice Graney wrote that I have no idea what he was talking about. and there were many of them. And there were many of them. Me too, John. Yeah, I know. So, and I think I've said this before, but I'm just going to speak to this because at the end of the day, and I always say this now, and I talk to my wife about this all the time. I've got a 2-year-old son, Carson. And a lot of times when I get involved in policy today, I think to myself, you know, at some point in time, what is my son going to think of this? He's going to read about this. He's going to know about this. And he's going to be proud of his daddy, or is he going to say, And I want him to be proud of his dad. And I go back and I think I shared about this last time, but if I did, I'm saying it again, and I'm going to continue to say it every year at this event. Because again, it was very novel what we did. And I'm going back a couple years ago. Many people here certainly recall the federal policy known as Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And it was a policy that, and it's hard to believe, but at the time when this policy passed, it was viewed as progress. Yeah, you heard me. At the time it was passed, it was viewed as progress, as crazy as it is to believe. But anyway, I started reading about it. And I remember when I got into the Army, I started thinking about this. Wait a second, how crazy is this? A human being can sign up for the military, they can get killed, just like the rest of us, but because of who they love, they were being asked to leave the military. And then correctly, the federal government at some point in time came out and said, no, this isn't right. This isn't right. We are going to repeal this. But then me, and maybe it was all my opinions from Justice Graney that I read, I started thinking to myself, what about us? Because in Massachusetts, we pride ourselves literally on being the best state in the nation to be a veteran. But when the federal government repeals a federal policy, it doesn't do anything about the state government and the state policies. So I start researching this, and I come to find out that all folks who were kicked out of the military because of Don't Ask, Don't Tell had those federal benefits they were eligible for, but they weren't eligible for state benefits. So we changed that. And we passed it. And guess what? It passed unanimously in the state budget giving those benefits. So whether it's, people talk a lot about Chapter 115 benefits. Chapter 115 benefits are the benefits that make Massachusetts veterans. That's what we're talking about when we say Massachusetts is the best place to be a veteran. Weren't eligible for that. Weren't eligible for our beloved soldiers' homes. Weren't eligible for so many things. Folks now are. The treasurer, after we did that, reached out to me and said, John, you guys forgot something. I said, Treasurer Goldberg, what are you talking about? And the Don't Ask, Don't Tell thing. She goes, in Massachusetts, we pride ourselves on the welcome home bonus. So if you go to a war zone and then you come back, you get a welcome home bonus. And it's another thing that Massachusetts does to say thank you. We're ineligible for that. So what do? We changed it. We changed it again. And guess what? It passed unanimously. And I'll finish with this. Part of that process was we tasked the governor, Maura Healey, with coming up with something that everybody's referring to as the VERB, V-E-R-B, Veterans Equality Review Board. And Governor Healey had myself and many other members who were involved in that process down at the State House to see and the members of the VERB and watch them take their oath of office. And many of them had been kicked out of the military because of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So to see them now on this VERB who was tasked with being the folks who would receive this paperwork when people were kicked out because of that, was a really, really special day. I just want to share that with you because, I never understood Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I've said it a million times before, I'm pretty sure that we all bleed the same colors. And I've said that before, and I'm going to say it every single year. So that recognition, I think was really, really important. I think it's really special, Mayor, that we continue to do this in Westfield. I think it's very special that every time we do this, you can look out and see a group of people who are proud to be here when that flag is raised. And I'm just happy and proud to be here myself. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Vilas. As with everything in our world, history is important. So today is a historic day because a long time ago, the very first person who stepped foot out publicly and authentically in Westfield, who was LGBTQIA, started our movement. But modern gay history in Westfield begins with Tina Gorman and the presentation that she did as an event in 2020, the Leap Out to Breakfast for the seniors, the LGBTQIA seniors. From that point on, and she did that with Denny Akins, one of our originators of Pride. And then we began in 2020 when permission was granted by former Mayor Donald Humison to fly the Pride flag. Well, with the help of former city councilors Mary O'Connell and Agma Sweeney, who I think I saw, and the ad hoc committee of Kristen Mello, Kathy Bradford, Christopher Clark, who is here for the first time in a long time, and Dennis Akins formed the first Westfield Pride Committee. So I could go on and on about how amazing that was during the midst of COVID. It was all about the Zoom situation and all about that. But today we get to stand here together. And so Our flag acknowledges our inclusion in the community and the contributions we all make as open, active citizens of this great city. This flag is not only going to fly here, but as of June 10th through the rest of the month, it will fly on the city green for the rest of the month for the first time. So special thanks to our Park and Rec and our Public Works. So we are working with sponsors and partners for our Pride activities, so we thank them. We have a number of banks, and in particular here, we have Tyler from, where's Tyler? Tyler, wave your hand, from M&T Bank, and he has some flags if anyone would like some. And we also have support from Gas and Electric, M&T Bank, ESB Bank, and also Westfield, the Westfield Cultural Council, and I'm missing a bank.
We're working with TD Bank.
And TD Bank, and of course Gas and Electric, which is part of the city. So we're very excited about that. We've grown a lot. Check out our website, westfieldpride.com. You will find everything there. But now, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what this means for the future. We now have an organization. We are an official nonprofit organization. So thank you. It came with a tremendous amount of work from a great group of people. So thank you. I get to speak in front of you, but really, it's them. They all helped create this. So thank you. We will have amazing things coming. In October, for Gay and Lesbian History Month, we will have some activities. In November, we will bring back a program that used to exist, the Westfield High School Conference, and it's called Shining Through, and it will be coordinated by our events chair, Stephanie Morris, and I know she's out here too, right over there under the tree. So if you want to be involved in that, please let us know. And the other thing coming up, I am talking about your mom. And our first exciting fundraiser will happen in February, of course. And it is going to be where our annual awards are given out. So mark your calendars now for February to touch base with us and join us as we have our very first red and white ball. So more to come on that. Later this week on Thursday, just to recap a couple things just this week. You can find out everything on the calendar, but head over to Pride Night Out. Tapestry is here. They can talk to you about it. It's a great event at Hootke's, and come on down. Also this weekend, if you're around, we have over 25 artists coming to Art with Pride, and it will be on the green and at our new Elm Street Plaza, and incorporate the stores in between those locations. Come on down, celebrate with the city. More than that, those of you who wanted to come to the International Family Day event in May, it is happening on Saturday. And so come on down with your children and family and enjoy Westfield at its best. Finally, on Friday, our very first show for the first film for the Family Film Fest, and it will be To Wong Fu. Thank you, Julie Newmar. So come on down and see that. That will be in the plaza and in the WOW Center, which is air conditioned. Okay, so let me turn it over to Denny for a moment to say some thanks before we do our ceremony.
Thank you so much. Thank you. What is it? First of all, happy summer, and most importantly, happy Pride. It's an honor for me to be here. I want to tell you how wonderful it is working with this mayor. He's been terrific with us, and I very much appreciate it, Mayor. Of course, I'm spoiled rotten because I come from working with John for years, and he's been one of our true North Stars on this project, along with Kathy Bradford. She is our best North Star this year. She is our president. She is doing an incredible job, and people can't imagine what pressures there are because the LGBTQIA plus community represents so many unique entities, and Kathy is the lightning rod that hears from all of us all the time. I try to play a little bit of help to her, but I'm in Rehoboth Beach a lot, so I'm not always here. I just want to again thank our board because they've done such an incredible job. We're a little bit behind the 8 ball this year because we spent so much of our time in the last 12 months organizing our committee, getting all the paperwork done for our 501c3. And I'm very grateful to my husband, who's also a member of our board and our treasurer, because he's a CPA and he's been terrific at helping us with all the minutia. So thank you, Michael. I love you. Justice Graney is not only an incredible leader, a fellow graduate of my high school, but he's a friend. And, you know, we can't say enough about him. I know it's been said already 2 or 3 times, but I'm going to say it again. We are so blessed to have someone like John who did so much for us and so much to people across the country. Because let me tell you, when the United States Supreme Court finally made that decision, don't think for a second that it wasn't his decision that they went to for help. It was, because it was the first time it was done. I also can't let a day go by when I don't thank the many allies we have here today. We are very cognizant of the fact that there's only so much we, as members of that Rainbow Coalition, can do by ourselves. Without that A at the end that also stands for ally, we get very little done, because people trust you more than they trust us. That's the nature of minority status. If you hear from your friends and your loved ones and they happen to be allies, somehow it's more powerful. And I can't thank enough all those people. When I go to bed at night and I think of the warriors we have like John Vilas and so many other moms and pops and teachers and police officers who go out there, and doctors and nurses, and speak good about people who have some difference, it changes every one of our lives. And let me tell you, as a man who was born and raised in Westfield and been living his life authentically for, 60 years now or something like that, it made a big difference in my life. When I was a young man growing up in Westfield, I didn't know a single other gay person. I didn't know it was okay to be gay. That's not the same today. And if we can help one kid survive thinking badly about himself enough to take his life, then our work is pretty well done. We have more work, but that's the most important thing we have to do. We can't let the suicide rate continue with people who happen to be different by a choice they did not make. So thank you all. Thank our allies. God bless you all. We love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. I have been informed that we missed a couple of folks from the school committee. So Heather Sullivan. Yes, Heather Sullivan, there you are, is also here tonight. And tell me, who else?
Mary Ann Babinski.
Yeah, Mary Ann Babinski, thank you. And Kathy, I don't know if they mentioned you as well, so great. Thank you so much. So it is the time, the moment we've been waiting for. Without further ado, I ask our special guest, retired Mass Supreme Court Justice John M. Graney, City Councilor and original creator of this amazing event, Kristen Mello, and representative of our committee, Dennis Akins, and another originator of our program, Chris Clark, to come forward to the flagpole, please. Yes, Mayor, please join us. Thank you. Thank you. This will be a great picture. If everyone could cheer as the flag is going up, we are taking the flag. Wave your flags, wave your flags.
I'm going to step out.
We might not be blessed with wind at the moment, but we will get some good views of that flag a little later.
Hello, you sucker. Oh, send the actress to the bishop.
While they are putting the flag up, if you all could look over in this direction and wave your flags and give me a great picture. Thank you. Thank you. Round of applause to our flag raisers. Thank you so much. As we wind down tonight's ceremony, we thank you for your attendance and support and wish you the very best month of Pride. If you would like to be a part of Westfield Pride in the future, please check out our website at westfieldpride.com. Congratulations to our city families who are celebrating graduations this week, and to all of our veterans who served in World War II as we celebrate the 80th anniversary of D-Day on June 6th, 2024. A round of applause for our veterans. Thank you. I am sure there were a handful or so of gay or lesbian soldiers during that time. I thank you. Happy Pride, everyone. Stay safe, loved, and be loved. Show your true colors, and above all, be kind. Thank you.